Sohail Ahmad has 14 fights to his name, 12 wins, 1 loss and 1 draw, known as the show star.
Again, just like the Butcher and the Giant, if he fights anything like his name, he should be in for a good one.
He's off a good run at the moment, is Sohail Ahmad. His last 6 bouts have been win, win, draw, win, win, win. Was last involved at the Lee Valley Leisure Centre with a victory over Ibra Riaz, and actually fought at the Park Lane Hotel in Mayfair. Just prior to that, beat Radoslav Mitev. His last fight here in York Hall was a victory against Sylvie Kebet.
Introducing in the blue corner, wearing the black shorts, weighing today at 10 stone and 10 pounds in his 41st professional contest, from Braintree, Dylan Draper. And his opponent across the ring in the red corner, wearing the white shorts with the green, red and black trim, weighing today at 10 stone and 9 pounds, with a record of 12 victories, 1 defeat and 1 draw from 14 professional contests, from West Brompton, Sohail Ahmad. Your referee, Jeff Hines, your timekeeper, John Smith. This is a welterweight contest of 6 3-minute rounds. Seconds out, round 1.
Round 1 underway of a scheduled 6. Dylan Draper from Braintree in Essex in the black trunks, taking on Sohail Ahmad, the show star from West Brompton, in the white trunks.
Showstar's body language looks quite confident. Looks confident in his ability. So hopefully he should match his name.
Indeed, Showstar with a little bit of showmanship right from the word go here.
Sometimes in boxing, body language is everything. If you have good body language, it means you're confident. And once you're confident, you can get your shots off better. So
well, he is a man who, as he says, he isn't short on confidence. Showstar really is a giveaway even before you scratch the surface, isn't it? Although despite all that bravado and confidence, he is a man who has a plan and understands exactly what needs to be done. A realist knows he has to make progress, and there is progress to be made. Actually asked about his best performance so far to date and said, best performance, I've still got too much to learn. And that's a really good series from the show star, and Dylan Draper holding on for dear life.
I mean, Draper moving around the ring a lot, you know, exerting a lot of energy. So hopefully he should be able to keep this up for the remainder of the fight.
Draper allowing Ahmed to rain those punches down on him again. He's up against the ropes.
Just analysing Draper, his body language looks like he's concealing something. Now that could be a lack of fitness, a lack of confidence, a lack of something. But too much movement suggests some sort of, something's missing somewhere. That's what that suggests.
Another good little jab coming in then from the show star Ahmad. First round comes to an end rather quickly when you're focused on what's going on. The bell does seem to come quick, but a good round for Sohail Ahmad.
Definitely, good first round from the show star, as you said. If he keeps this up, it should be an early night.
Corners, 10 seconds. Seconds out, round 2.
Round 1 pretty much in the bag for Ahmed as we enter into round 2. Ahmed's not someone who had a particularly big amateur career, has stated that he's actually learning his trade here in the pro ranks, really. As he said, his biggest challenge came in his second fight. It was against journeyman Dan Carr, expected on paper to be easy, a routine victory. But he said, in fact, that even though a lot of people said it was an easy fight, for him it was very hard. He'd never had that huge amateur experience.
Definitely. I mean, learning the trade in the professionals is an interesting one, because some fighters are actually better amateurs than they are professionals and vice versa. And it looks like Ahmed may be a better professional than he could have been an amateur. And it shows a hell of a lot of confidence from Ahmed to take the leap and say he's going to learn the craft as a professional.
When you look at the amateur boxers and you see them come through the pros, and you look at pro boxing and the different levels you have within pro boxing, how big is that step you have to take from the AMs up to the pros?
It's a weird one, because professional boxing and amateur boxing are two different sports completely. The pacing, professional boxing is slightly slower, whereas amateur boxing is purely just to score points. However, some people can find that middle ground earlier than others. It just depends on your maturity, depends on your physical maturity and how hard you're willing to work.
Both boxers working very hard in very different areas at the moment. Ahmed on that front foot taking the fight to Draper. Draper working hard just to stay in it, really. Not really showing an awful lot to concern Ahmed at the moment. A lot of energy being spent by Dylan Draper moving around the ring, but generally away from Ahmed.
Yeah, as I said, he seems to be lacking something tonight. And just from my experience, his body language shows a lack of fitness and a lack of confidence in his ability. As he moves around and exerts his own energy, he pumps more energy into Ahmed, who sees that and just wants to pounce. And it just becomes a cat and mouse affair from start to finish.
Corners, 10 seconds. Seconds out, round 3.
If Dylan Draper is hiding something, and it is fitness, he'll soon get found out, that's for sure, as we're into the third round of the scheduled 6.
Once you're in that squared circle, there's nothing to hide. It all comes out eventually.
In terms of the training regimes, again, obviously when you're pro, it's your living. You can do it every single day. When you're an amateur, you've got other things to juggle, haven't you?
Yeah, and it's a tough balance because you can't give 100% to more than one thing. So you've got to find a way to make it work.
And even for some of these pros, they still don't earn enough from this sport to make a living and do have to balance jobs around being a professional fighter. And for those of you that are involved in any sport, well, that's going to get stopped. The referee not happy with that Dylan Draper was sound on his feet as those blows were being reined in by Sohail Ahmad. Draper saying he's fine. But that's it. It's all over. A flurry of blows to the head of Dylan Draper. The referee stepped in, saying that Draper was pretty much out on his feet. And it's victory for Sohail Ahmad.
Yeah, sensible stoppage in my opinion. He was never going to win this fight if we're honest. But he lives to fight another day, and that's the main thing.
The referee explaining to Dylan Draper that the way he was moving on his feet, he had no option but to come in and stop it. He could see he wasn't fit to carry on.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 57 seconds of round number 3, referee Hines stops the contest with Draper in no position to continue. Your winner, Sohail Ahmad.
Victory for Sohail Ahmad.
Your appreciation, please, Dylan Draper.
He's now 13 1-1. It wasn't quite a knockout blow, but it was enough for the referee to step in and end the fight.
Most
Sohail
definitely.
Ahmad absolutely delighted.
Most definitely. I think Sohail Ahmad, again, as I said before, was a confident individual, and we could see his confidence exude in that ring.